Hmm. All right, I think that is live. Let me just look on my phone real quick to make sure the stream is live. I have to worry about this sort of thing because yesterday I managed to stream for a while with no audio because I didn't notice. That said, it does look like the stream is live, so let's go ahead and load up our save file. So yesterday's stream was not as great as I would have liked, in part because of technical issues like what I described. For the record, the technical issues were entirely my fault. I was stupid and messed some stuff up, but then it put me in a foul mood and blah blah blah. We did turn it back around at the end and we were able to take down the Torosoid boss. We've also taken down the giant gloop boss, which means we are now at the point where we can go up this elevator. However, we did just defeat a boss, so we're going to quickly see about going and grinding some mini stat gains. Let's see. We're at, I think, star level, was it 18? I lost track of where we are. 17. And our stat gains are going pretty well. Glenn was lagging behind for a while, but he started to catch up recently. Not that it's going to matter too much. After, I think there's only 4 more bosses before we can no longer use Glenn for a while. The goal for today is probably going to be to do those 4 boss battles and then quite possibly do a bit more. After we do those 4 boss battles, we'll clear the dungeon we're currently in and we'll wind up in a new area. And then the world opens up a fair bit after that. So we'll have to decide where we want to go. Let's see how little damage these do. Oh, it's against Lena though. Right against the blue Nate will deal extra damage. But it doesn't matter, the base damage is so low she still only takes 1. What I'm really excited for is after the next 4 boss battles, we will unlock a new tier of equipment. We will get Mithril equipment, and that'll be a huge boost in strength. Trying to remember how far after that it is until we get the next one, which is stone equipment. Not sure offhand. Anyway, not much to say about things. I was thinking about streaming something else tonight just to give myself a break. Or maybe even take the night off. But I was not happy with things yesterday, and today I'm in a much better mood, so I want to continue the run. Plus, honestly, I was just very sad that I didn't finish this dungeon yesterday, so I want to get it over with. That said, after today's stream, I may go ahead and swap to another game for a couple days. That way I'm not just playing one game, because I might get burnt out if I do. Especially with this challenge run. I'm guessing I'm going to have to do a lot of grinding and reloading before too much further into the run. But we'll see. So that was 3 battles. Oh, we didn't get any seconds? I wonder if we're not going to get any mini level ups this run other than the little bit of HP we already got. So coming back to Arnie is going to have been a waste of time. I just realized my mouse cursor was still on the screen. I moved that. Oh, well, I'm gonna do a couple more battles just to be safe, but it does look like we may not be getting any more stat boosts. Which would throw me off because I did not think this was a point where you can't get them. Usually the points where you can't get stat boosts is where there's boss battles back to back on one of the routes. And you can't get many stat boosts on the other route between them even if you fight random encounters. So as not to make it that which route you're on affects how many stat gains you get. Okay. I'm not sure how many more to do. It's just like this is where I kind of wish I could just pause this stream and go look up guides. Maybe if I had a second monitor, I could do it on... I could do that. Anyway, I think the longest we've seen it take to get the mini level ups was 8 fights. So I'll just go ahead and do one more fight, I believe, and then leave. Because I think this is the 4th battle after we came back in. Anyway, the next boss battle, I believe, is Son of a Gun. And if so, it's going to be interesting to see how we fare against it. Because the boss has very little health, but has crazy high defenses. So if your attack power is low enough, it can be very hard to deal meaningful damage to it. But if your attack power is high enough to basically beat out its defense, you can pretty much one-shot it. Alright. Oh no, that was 7, this is 8. By the way, I'm looking at my reload counter and it says 19. For the life of me, I can't remember if that's right or if maybe I bumped a button and adjusted it. So after today's stream, I'll have to go back and double check to make sure that was right. If it's not, then I'll have to update it the next time I play. Hopefully I remember to check. Alright. Well, I guess we're not getting any mini level ups. We did get like 1 point of HP on a couple characters, I think, but yeah, weird. Fortunately, it didn't take too long, but it genuinely surprises me. Yeah. I think we will face Son of a Gun when we go up the elevator. Then after that, we'll have a little bit of sequence to do, mirroring what we did at the very start of the game in the flash forward, at which point we'll fight Bunyip, and then we'll fight North, then we'll fight Link. I believe that's what's left for bosses. Trying to remember if any of them are difficult. Son of a Gun is slightly difficult in that it is very tanky and has a few annoying abilities. I think Bunyip should be a breeze. If I remember right, it can use Volcano, though, so it can hit pretty hard. But I believe it dies very quickly, too. Then North and Lynx, I think, are both pretty squishy. Alright. Okay, yeah, 18 damage is pretty solid. 18 may not seem like much, but if I remember right, this boss has like 400 health, or a little less. So 18, 18, 28 is 36, 64. Oh, it acts pretty quickly. Now, Hissy Witsy is an annoying an ability because of the status effect it puts on the character. As you can see, we can no longer select Surge because he's been charmed. But see, this is what I was talking about, the high defense, where if you can't beat the defense power, you can deal almost no damage. Glenn is hitting for 4 or 5 damage. But Lena, who isn't that much stronger than Glenn, can deal 20 points of damage per 2. Now what's interesting is you saw I just used a 1 then a 2, and both of them did the same damage. The reason for that is for the player character, there's the minimum amount of damage you are guaranteed to do based on the power of your attack. So even if you can't exceed the enemy's defense, you are guaranteed that much damage. So that's why Glenn can do 4 or 5 damage per hit with a 1, 2, or 3. It's because they're at the minimum regardless. Now Surge is back in action, which is great. Now I think I could do another attack there, but I'm not going to risk it. Okay. Fully Light is actually a pretty strong attack. This boss is actually really good for trapping Holy Light. It can be worth grinding this boss out, just fighting him over and over to get lots of copies of that element. Wow. I was about to say that I did, or I must have messed up the time tracking because I didn't think the enemy would act that fast, but no, we just killed it. So yeah, as you can see, if your attack power is high enough, this boss is pretty easy. But if your attack power is lower, like your characters are about as strong as Glenn, it can be a rough battle. 7 HP, 1 strength, 1 red. Surge being at 30 strength is great. 20 resistance is pretty good too. Okay. So Glenn is still well behind Lena. That's unfortunate. Alright. And now we're going to run back to fight battle. Hopefully we can get mini level up before the next boss. Yeah, I wish I could remember what an average strength value for Surge is around here. I know if you were speed running, 30 strength would be amazing, but if you're getting mini level ups, I'm not 100% sure. I think we are at a slightly above average for Surge's strength, given we're grinding out mini level ups, but I'm not 100%. We may be more above average than I'm thinking. Alright. Did it? Yeah. Let's see. Giant Gloop is, I think, black and red innate. He has two modes. Like, you have to deal like 500 damage to him, then he switches to a different mode. And when he does, he switches his innate. General Viper. Wait, I think I said I fight Norse earlier when I meant to say you fight Viper. If so, yeah, that was just a flip of the tongue. Anyway, Viper, I believe, is yellow, so Glenn would ideally be good against him. And then Lynx, of course, is a black innate. I wonder just how many battles we've fought in this one screen. Cool. 1 HP on everyone. Nice. Man, I miss elements so much for these grinds. Elements can do AoE damage, so you can hit every enemy with one element. Plus, it's just nice to have something visual to break up the monotony. Well, I'm enjoying this challenge run a lot more than I would have thought before I first tried it. Going through Viper Manor this time was really interesting. I can't believe how bad a job I did of it, given that I still managed to clear Viper Manor on my first try. That, to me, is crazy. One HP on each. I believe that's 3 HP on each of my characters that we've gained. A single point doesn't matter, but over time it will add up, given this challenge run is all about damage racing, so every point of HP gives you the potential to survive another attack. Alright. So that was, I believe, 4 battles. No stacking. Let's fight some more. Now I'll do up to 4 more battles to try to get a bigger boost. And if we don't get one at that point, I'll just be confused like I was the last time we grinded. Hey Jerry, how much damage do our ones deal now? 25. Alright. Okay, so that's 5 battles, and we haven't gained any stats in the last 2. We're so durable, these enemies can't even hurt us. At least not with physical attacks, their elements would. Sometimes I swear it seems like I hit my attacks more than I should in this game. But I do know people have done tests and found that the game's accuracy is what it says it is. I believe that was 6 kills, so we have 2 more battles to do. Yeah, it looks like we may not get a stacking after this boss. Really? I am suspicious of this. Because the last bosses definitely gave us stats. So it's not like we just missed out on the bigger stats because we weren't going to earn them. So if we don't get any strength or things like that, that means it only because the game is coded not to give them out at this point in the game, and that seems weird. Well, I did 8 battles. That's going to have to be enough. If it turns out like I would have got stat boosts after 10 or 11 battles, oh well, I'll feel silly and just have to hope it doesn't hurt my chances too much. At least I did get +3 max HP. That's not nothing. Let's see. I'm trying to think of things I want to do once I get past this dungeon. The game opens up a lot once you get past the dungeon, so I'm just trying to think of what optional content is both worth doing and I'll be able to do. The biggest one is I want to recruit a character named Starkey as early as possible. That character will be incredibly valuable to us. Oh, that's right. I think there's still 1 or 2 more pieces of Skelly I could go find right now if I wanted. Honestly, I'm not going to recruit Skelly. I probably won't recruit, like, Fungi, Neophyto. I'll recruit Raggy because it's not really out of my way. Well, no, wait, actually, if I want to recruit Draggy early, I think it is out of my way. I could wait and get him later, but by that point he won't be useful, so... Raggy is a Redinate. It's basically a baby dragon. He hatches from the egg we got back in Fossil Valley, the one that was guarded by a dodo. Incidentally, he hatches almost exactly where we are right now. And to show what I mean, let's go down the elevator. Here, we can see it's some kind of device. There's a broken egg shell inside. It's not functioning. There's a broken egg shell inside. See, these are incubators for eggs. So what we have to do is put the Draggy egg in one of them that is functioning. And right now, none of these ones are, so we can't hack them. I forget if we hatch them in this Fort Trigonia or the other world's Fort Trigonia. But either way, we can't do it yet. Anyway, right now, you may notice, we are where we started the game at. When we first started this run, we popped up here. I think we had Zappa in our party. I mentioned that you could go up into this balcony and look over, but there's nothing to do there. Now, the last time I was here, I mentioned it didn't matter what you did, fighting battles, opening chests, because, well, there were no chests open. But none of that mattered because everything would get reset once the flashback ended, well, flash forward ended. That is no longer the case. We do have the opportunity to get items, potentially stat gains, you know. I was trying to avoid it, but I did not do a good job. Fortunately, Third deals a ton of damage to these things because they're black innate and he's white. I don't remember what they drop. I don't think it's anything useful. Gravity blow. Just a pretty low level black element. We could sell it later if we needed money. I honestly didn't see that enemy as I was running. For fun, let's take these guys down too. Ooh, they're a lot more durable than the ones I was thinking of. I was more thinking of the ones that we fought back in the Viper's Manor. I guess it wouldn't make sense for enemies from that far back in the game to be here, but I honestly didn't remember that they were in this dungeon, though it makes total sense. The whole reason we came to this dungeon is the Acacia, however you say, Dragoon came here. Hello, Rez. Honestly, I'm not sure that element is ever worth using. What it does is it lowers the target's defense, but because of the way this game's... one second, let's see if I can avoid this Dragoon. Yeah. Anyway, the way this game's combat works, your attack is usually so much higher than the enemy's defense that lowering their defense has very little effect. We might get that chest after we come over here, but the boss battle should be right here. So let's fight it first. And this is Bunya. An interesting thing about him is he was slightly changed in the remaster. Part of the change affected how his transformation works when he changes phases. And the other change is that he can no longer use Volcano, I believe it was, in the remaster. In the remaster, I think he can only use Inferno instead of Volcano. Basically a lower level. Yeah. On the one hand, it could be nice in that it makes him weaker. On the other hand, wow, for one, that hurt a lot more than I thought it would. But on the other hand, him not being able to use Volcano means you can't grab it from him, so you can't farm him for the element. Now this is Bunyip, and I really wish I would have been able to force that transformation before I got hit by that Inferno, because that was a ton of damage. Yowza. By the way, burn causes you to take more damage from physical attacks only, I believe. Seven, 8, 14. The good thing about this fight is we do deal a lot of damage to the boss with Sword. The bad news is he does hit pretty hard. Lena being dead here isn't a big deal. If Surge dies, I will reload. Yeah, Surge dies for sure. Yow! 231 damage. That would be enough to kill Surge even if he was at full health. So, +1 for our reload counter. To be honest, I did not expect Bunyip to hit anywhere near so hard, so I definitely underestimated him. Compared to the Son of a Gun battle, that was way scarier. It doesn't help that we have to walk a fair ways just to reach him, but oh well. Maybe this time we can avoid a few more battles. I did learn that the one chest that I got that had the capsule is not worth it at all, so I don't have to go that route. I don't think any of the chests on this floor are worth anything. So first we need to avoid that. The Acacia here. That didn't even look like I was trying to avoid him. I basically ran right into him. Let's see if I can avoid them at the police. Wait a second. Oh. Well, I think I didn't heal, or I didn't save when I came back after trying to grind the last mini step. Yeah, all my characters are still injured from the Son of a Gun fight. Well, I definitely opened the save menu, but I must not have hit the right button or something. Well, that is definitely a problem. I guess the good news is we learned that there's no reason to go or to grind 8 or however many battles we did. I think we needed to do 3 battles to get 3 HP, and we could just do that in this fort without going back to Arnie if we wanted. Yeah. I guess we'll do that. There could be a Dragoon out here, I believe. Yeah. Then we can fight a bat, and that should be all the battles we do. And there is a healing point inside the dungeon, so I'll just use that to heal. Ooh. High damage. I honestly don't remember the last time I killed one of these enemies, because normally I just run past them. But there is a Dragoon mini boss that you have to fight on speed runs. He gives you one of the star bonuses from leveling up if you don't go through Water Dragon Isle. Please attack me. Hey, come back! Where are you going? I am not used to enemies running away from us. That is... What is it doing? Seriously? Huh. It really is running away from us. I honestly don't think I've ever seen, or at least noticed, an enemy trying to avoid us. That was so weird. Funny though. But yeah, it really did hide in that corner trying to avoid combat with us. And then as soon as we moved away from it, it flew down and attacked us. That's definitely interesting. Anyway, there are the stat gains we got last time when we ran back to Arnie. So now we just need to go heal up. The healing spot is in the red path, which was bottom right, I believe. And this time we will make sure to save. I'm just glad all we missed out on was a little bit of grinding. Was like I forgot to save after beating a boss. Oh man, if I had to like refight the Taurozoid or something, that would be so frustrating. Anyway, up here we want to fall in the hole that is on the left side. And to do that, we need to figure out... Oh, cool. This works out well. The statue is facing north, according to its orientation. So if we want to fall in the left hole, the one we're at, we select north. Now, if it had been facing north as us, the human, sees, we would have selected west. I forgot there are chests there that we could get. I don't think any of them matter, but at some point I'm sure I'll look up what the chests I missed in various dungeons are to see if there are any items I care about. In this game, most chests just have elements or crafting material. Let's see, Bunyip, did it attack twice before using Inferno, or only once? I don't remember. But then in the second mode, it used... What was it? Freefall is what killed Surge, Graviton killed Lena. You know, it doesn't really matter if I reload, even though I'm keeping track of the reload counter, that number could go as high as whatever. But a small part of me thinks if the battle goes poorly, what I should do is run away, go back to the healing point, and try again. That way I can avoid reloading. I wonder if that would be silly. No, it would definitely be silly. I guess what I really wonder is, would that be so silly as to mean I shouldn't do it? I don't know why. I thought those enemies would be dead still since I already killed them once. But no, of course enemies respawn when you leave the area. How am I gonna get past him? Ah! Okay, I'll try running away one more time. If that doesn't work, I'll fight him. The bat was on my right though, so I'm worried that even if I get past these guys, I might get in a fight with the bat. Is he actually... Oh, cool, I was able to walk down. I was afraid his body, the enemy body, would be blocking my path, so I couldn't run down after killing him, but... was not the case. Do I need to be upper? Yeah, upper side. Ah! I got stuck in the doorway. For the record, using a controller works much better than using a keyboard. Having a D-pad or analog stick definitely makes movement much more fluid. But yeah, yesterday, I discovered what happens when I try to unplug something to plug a controller in. It did not go well. It caused all sorts of technical issues, and I don't want to go through that again. I thought it was on the outside track, so I would be fine if I just went through the inside track. Apparently, I was mistaken. Wow. So he can come with 2 enemies. I'd have been tempted to just fight him if there was only 1 enemy, but with there being 3, no. Fortunately, we do get past them. I will say, I wish games would stop doing this, where there are multiple battles you might have to face between a save point and the boss. I don't. In this game, I get you can heal after random encounters, so normally that's what you would do and it wouldn't be a big deal. But unless the idea is that the random encounters are supposed to grind you down so you are weaker when you get to the boss, I just don't see the point. Because to me, it seems like all it does is make it so when you have to reload, it is much more unpleasant. Ow, look at that damage. Okay, Magma Bombs. Way weaker than Inferno, thank God. Okay, so 7 is fine. 8 is fine. Oh no, 8 is... Oh, okay. I was about to say no, 8 isn't fine, but it was. I just happened to push into the next mode. Now this boss scares me. Because he can free fall surge in 1 shot. $57. Okay, that's good for us. Thinking about something real quick. Oh, okay, I know why we did more damage the last time we fought him. I was remembering that Surge did 100 damage against this guy last time. That's because the field has 2 black slots in it. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's why. Oh, wait. So that was 14 stamina, right? Let's just 3-3. If I didn't mess up my count, I just got 20 stamina worth of attacks in between the enemy acting. It's possible I miscounted though. So that was definitely 8. 10. 15. Okay, so 15 can trigger a fight, so yeah, I must have miscounted. I didn't get 20 stamina worth of actions in. So that's 7. This is going to be 14, and we're going to see if that causes it to act or not. Okay, well, no, it won't cause him to act because he just dies, but I am very curious if he would have acted after 14 stamina usage or not. Oh, that went way smoother. Taking down the first form before it used Inferno helped a lot. And then it not targeting Surge with free fall was very nice too. Man, I wish I could have gotten a mini level. I still don't know why I didn't. But imagine if Surge would have gotten another point of strength resistance and magic resistance. After the stream, I'm gonna look online and see if maybe I just needed to do like 11 or 12 battles instead of the 8 I did. That said, I am happy to see Glenn got another point of strength, so he's almost caught up to Lena. Yeah, that's just pretty much a perfect level for Surge. Okie dokie. And now we will heal and then go grind one more time. And if doing 8 battles doesn't get us any stats, I'm going to be so thoroughly confused. Yeah, let's just check. Oh, Demon Charm, or Daemon Charm. Now, if we took the stairs to the right there and went up, we could go to that little platform, and it would basically be a teleporter slash elevator. Here, we're getting a chest. I don't think that is anything we care about, but just in case. Oh, an Angel Charm. Okay. I believe those block a black and a white effect. I don't remember if they're the seal black, seal white, or like whatever they're called. Basically, status conditions that stop you from using black and white elements, or if they stop the black and white status afflictions like curse and weaken. Either way, I'll probably never use them, but doesn't hurt to have them. If I remember right, in a regular playthrough, it can actually be worth farming items like that. Please move out of my way, dude. Don't want to fight you. Whatever, I'll just fight you. If I remember right, it can actually be worth farming those for the crafting material you can just assemble them into. Oh no, Lena might die. You know, I was going to just fight him, but there's 4 enemies, and that's a lot, so let's not. Worst case scenario, I have to fight him again, and I get a chance for there to be fewer enemies this time. Ah, yeah. Cool. We get past. Come over here. Hop into the elevator, go back to Arnie. Yeah, if I were playing casually, I would never go through the hassle of running back to Arnie to grind like I am. But I do remember how much trouble I had with some of the fights in my first attempt at this challenge run. And I imagine it will get much worse when I get even further in the run. I genuinely don't think I'll be able to beat either of the final 2 bosses. They just have so much health. I think one of them has 12,000 health or something like that. And the idea of dealing 12,000 damage with just basic attacks before I die seems unlikely. And if I remember right, I will be able to deal like 600 or more damage with my basic attacks when I get to that point. So maybe it's more plausible than it seems. I honestly don't remember what attacks or what your attack damage is like at that part of the game if you don't use elements. Because normally, even if I'm not using attack elements to hit the enemies directly, I am still using like status buffing elements, or at least manipulating the field color with elements. Oh, fine. Okay, bit of max HP. I should check what my other party members are like in terms of stats. I haven't done that in a few boss battles. I wonder if Greco's still in the lead. Like, Greco and Poshul before had a ton of health. Or not a ton of health, a ton of strength. Yeah. Surge takes 0 damage from physical attacks against these sort of enemies now. Will Fireball deal 1 damage or 0? 0. Yeah, fortunately for the player, that can't happen. We're guaranteed a minimum amount of damage. I think there are exceptions, like 1 or 2 times in the game, where an enemy can just be immune to damage. And then they would take 0, but that's obviously something entirely different. But like the Royal Jelly boss, the boss that makes this run technically impossible, takes 0 damage from everything that is not a red element. I would love to find some sort of exploit or gimmick that lets you beat that boss without using red elements, just so it would be possible to do challenge runs without having to make an exception for that one boss. Huh. So 1 HP in 3 battles. That may be that we don't get any more stat bonuses, or... Man, if it turns out I needed to do like 11 battles to get the stat bonuses, I'll be so sad. Because that could have meant like Surge... Or that would have meant Surge could have had 1 or 2 more strength. Yeah, he's had 2 levels now where he got a point of strength from the boss, but didn't get any mini stat levels in between. So if he could have got +1 mini level each time, would have been another 2 strength. But technically, if he had +1, or if he had 1 more strength after the first boss battle, the next boss battle may not have given him a point of strength, so hard to say. Yeah. Even if it does take more than 8, I just don't care enough to test. 8 is the most battles I can bring myself to do in the hope of getting stat bonuses. Actually, I wonder if I could look it up on my phone as I'm playing. I think I'll give it a try. Yeah. Wait, did I get stats there? I honestly didn't see. I don't think I did, but I was just mashing the X button while looking at my phone, so if I got stats there, that's funny. Mini star availability by level. So, huh. Okay, levels that have no mini growth, 18, 19, 20, 21, but 22 does. Okay. So what star are we at? So we're at 19. So yeah, 19, 20, and 21 do not get... Okay. So we just beat Bunyip. That was 19. 20 would be Viper. 21 would be Lynx. So I don't need to grind many seconds unless I want to just try to get HP. Ah, well. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, let's run away. I don't need this fight. So yeah, I don't need to come back here to grind after the next boss either. I can just use the healing point in the dungeon. Well, I wish I would have looked it up beforehand, but it's good to know now. No. I messed that up. I'm still messing with my phone a little. Yeah, trying to play the game with one hand and use my phone with the other hand is not the best of ideas. I wonder how much HP I would miss out on if I don't grind a random encounter. Probably only 1 HP. Alright. We heal up. Now, Norse is a yellow innate. Or not Norse. Viper, I believe, is a yellow innate, so Glenn should be effective against him. I could switch equipment from Lena over to him for that reason. I'm not going to, just because I want to see if I can do the battle fine without. Basically, if I can beat the battle without switching equipment around, then it'll just save me a little time and effort. My recollection, which could be incorrect, is that Viper is a pretty easy battle. That's why I'm thinking about it. I think Lynx is actually fairly easy too. And the reason I say I think both of these are easy is mostly that I think their health is pretty low. So I think they just die quickly. I have no recollection about whether or not they deal good damage. I just think I remember they die. I think they have less HP than Bunyip, actually. Maybe even less than the Taurus League, though I don't know. Okay, so we take the elevator up. Then we have to go run to that circular platform. Sorry, I don't have anything to fill the silence. Right now, I don't have any interesting thoughts coming to mind. Is he really walking into the wall? Well, yeah, he's really walking at the edge just to block the stairs on me. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's... Yeah, I think we slipped by him now. Cool. Hey! I needed to go on the outer track, not the inner track. Can't remember if there's any more areas before you go to Viper. No. Yeah. You go up the elevator, then we'll open a couple big doors, and that'll be right where the flash forward at the start of the game ended. No, wait. I doubled back and ran into this guy. But the reason I did it is I said, oh, wait, I saw there are stairs up to that little teleporter. And I saw the chest, and I was like, oh, cool. So I could go get, go circle back, grab the chest like I had done before I reloaded, and then just go up the stairs. When, of course, even if that works, I could just continue the direction I was going and go down the stairs. But yeah, my mind's first thought was I could run all the way back to the start of this room, grab the chest, and then go up the stairs instead of just going down the stairs and getting the chest. Pretty silly way to get an extra fight and take a bit more damage. Ooh. It's interesting to me that in the flash forward at the start of the game, you had dialogue here, but we didn't this time. I wonder if it's because I didn't bring Kid, or if there's just no dialogue this time around. Going on. So Surge clearly has some sort of premonition of the future here and at the start of the game. I wonder if that suggests we are in the middle of a time loop. I think it does. When we get to the end of the game, there's a lot more information about it. But basically, at the end of the game, spoilers, I know, you go back to the start of the game, but it's implied that the world has been fixed. But I wonder if maybe this isn't our first cycle through a loop. Like, what we're seeing is maybe the 5th or 10th time we've gone through things, and things change each time we go through. Anyway, finally, we've been expecting you. I have nothing personal against you, but anyone who hinders our plan must be eliminated. I'm rather sorry about that. General, what is going on here? Glenn, this need not concern you now. One day you will understand. Here for some warming up first, eh? Then come now, lads, I will take you on. You know, I wonder what exactly his plans are. That's 130 damage. I wonder, like, what did Viper think would happen if he could get his hands on the Frozen Flame? That was what, 130 the first round, another 150-ish, so I think we've done like 280 damage. Okay, so it looks like 9 stamina will at least potentially be enough for him to act. So 5. 7. Will 8 make him act? 8? Okay, 8 will. So our goal should be to use 7 stamina, then stamina push. Ooh, nice crit. So that's 6, 7, and now 6 more for 13. Ooh. It, hmm. Fortunately, we didn't have 7 stamina, so I only get to use 12, not 13. Ha ha ha. Okay, yeah. As I said, I thought that boss was an easy fight. HP red, strength and magic res, magic. So not a very impressive fight. Ooh, Dragoon Gauntlet's decent drop there. Don't remember if that's a common drop or a rare drop, but Link, you traitor. You're extremely useful in helping me make my way around these islands. I appreciate your help, General. However, I no longer have any need for you. The fort shall serve as a fine grave marker for you and your dreams. May you rest in peace. I wonder why the General ever trusted Link. Oh, wait. I don't know if we can leave this room to go heal and save. I'm gonna run away. Let's see if he'll let us leave the room to go heal. If so, that'll be genuinely hilarious. Huh? Pathetic. Nope, okay. So that's why these two bosses don't have a ton of health. It's because you fight them back to back with no chance to leave to heal or anything. Okay. Now, if I had known that, what I could have done was equip one of my characters with the gold earring and then use the healing trick we talked about to just constantly run away to heal up. But we only have one such earring, so it wouldn't have been very impressive. Fortunately, if I remember correctly, bosses cannot act before you do in a battle, unlike random encounters, so you could actually do that to get as many attempts at healing as you want. Oh, okay. So it looks like 8 stamina lets Lynx act. Oh, I should have been attacking with Lena, not Glenn. Oh. Wait, was that 8 or did I only use 7 stamina there? I think I used 8. So let's see if I can. I want to use 7 stamina and then stamina push. This time I can't. I'm only gonna use 6 and then I'll stamina push. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's 7. So never mind, this works out the way I wanted it to. Yow, that hurts. Yeah, here's where it won't work out the way I would like. That was 6. I don't have enough stamina to do 7, so. Oh, no, that should have been a 2-3, not a 2-2. Oh. Wow, that hurt. Okay. So if these attacks connect, I believe it Lynx goes down. Oh, shoot. I thought I could use... okay. Wait a second. What happened to my reload counter? Why does it say 1? I must have somehow reset it. I believe we are now up to 21. Okay. Weird. But yeah, obviously I have to reset this battle. The good news is we should be able to do these two battles back to back without too much trouble. Yeah, I'm not sure if Lynx was acting after 7 stamina sometimes, or if I just miscounted the 2 times I thought he did. What I will say is Lena is stronger than Glenn, but Glenn is green, so he'll deal more damage to Viper. So what I should have been doing is I should have been attacking Lynx with Lena instead of Glenn. That was a misplay on my part. What do these terms do? Yeah, it protects against anti-black. Okay. The real question is, would it be a smart idea to give someone a helmet? I think our equipment is set up fine. But yeah, running all the way up this spot's gonna be a little bit annoying if we have to keep doing it. Also, I definitely need to check my reload counter after this stream, since somehow I apparently reset it, and I don't know how I did that. I was already worried I might have been off by 1 at the start of the stream, and now I have no idea how close to accurate it is. Let's see. So I believe against Viper, we found that... What am I doing? The stairs are right there. Wait. Against Viper, did I find I could use 7 stamina or 8 safely before he would act? I think against Viper, what I said was I could use 7 stamina, and then on the 8, I would want a stamina boost. Whereas with Lynx, I think it might have been 1 lower. But I wasn't sure if I miscounted on Lynx or if he was acting on after 7. There's more damage right now. Glenn third. 36 and 58. Okay, yeah, Third does way more damage. So 7. And this is to test. Does 8 let him act? Not this time, but because of variance, it may some of the time. And would you please stop focusing Surge? Surge is now low enough that Lynx might take him down in 1 round, which scares me. Ooh, that was unfortunate. Oh wait, what was I doing? Oh god. Why did I use a 2 there? That was so stupid of me. I meant to use a 1. Ow, that's a lot of misses. This might be another reload. So 7, 8. I think that was it 5 or 6 threes in a row that I've missed now? Yeah, that's a lot of damage too. Okay, so he can act after 8, it's just not guaranteed. Good to know. Okay. Okay, this time we got the mithril mail from him instead of the Dragoon Gauntlet. So, that's unfortunate. I wish we would have kept the Dragoon Gauntlet from the last attempt, but... Is that hit surge? If so, it's immediate reload. Yep. Yeah. I was pretty sure I would have to reload, but there was always a chance Lynx would either not target Surge or he would target Surge with physical attacks and miss. Alright, so that puts us up to 22 reloads. I wonder if you can run away from the general Viper fight and go heal. We did see you can't do it with the Link fight. It doesn't really matter if you can or not, but it would be interesting. Right, why not get some damage in before I have to go fight the boss? I don't think 18 HP on Lena is going to matter, especially since I honestly don't care if Lena is dead at the end of this boss battle. Well, at the end of the Link's boss battle anyway. I would care about, I would care if she was dead at the end of the Viper boss battle, because that would mean she'd be at 1 HP against the Lynx. Alright. So yeah, wait, did Viper just act after 7 stamina there? I think he did. Yeah, I think he and Lynx might have the action points, or whatever you want to call them, to act after 7 stamina. And when they take more, it's just RNG, because there's some variance to it. It's crit. Nice crit. Yeah, he is in critical range, right? I think so. Yeah. Hey, cool, we got the Dragoon Gauntlet again. I wonder if that means the Dragoon Gauntlet is the common drop and the Mithril Gauntlet is the rare drop. Oh, he acted after 1 hit. That's unfortunate. Oh. Six, 7. Yeah, wait, why did I talk with Glenn instead of Lena? That was silly. Okay, so for now, I am going to operate under the assumption that Lynx cannot act after 7 stamina, he can only act after 8. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's the assumption we're going to go with until we learn otherwise. 7? we immediately learn otherwise. So yeah. From here on, we have to just assume Lynx and Viper will attack after 7 stamina, meaning we can only spend 6 stamina safely. Okay, that puts him into critical range. And Surge goes down again. Just out of curiosity. Okay, so Lynx was in critical range from the looks of it, but... Wait. We just got hit and all of our accuracy values are at 99 still. I've seen this happen before, but I've never been able to figure out what causes this bug. I am glad, however, that I finally have documentation of it. Okay, so Lynx was bent over like he's in critical range. Oh, that's funny. We only got enough stamina to go up to 1. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that was me being dumb. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't matter. We were reloading anyway, but... When I saw Lynx looking like he was in critical range, I thought he would die a lot faster than he did. Anyway, you notice I do a lot of 3-3s. That is because, on average, 3-3 is statistically stronger than 1-2-3 or 2-2-2 or 6-1s. So if you're going to burn 6 stamina and you want to deal the maximum damage possible on average, you should do 3-3s. That said, it can be better to do 1-2-3 or something like that, so you have more consistency. In other words, you could go for a safer play that deals maybe, say, 90% as much damage, but that way you will do it most of the time. Forget what the actual ratios were, but the math has been done by other people. And I've done tests to confirm what they posted. And yeah. If I remember right, that's true even if you don't account for critical hit. Hey, combat! Yeah, I haven't seen one in this dungeon on the current run. But yeah, just because of the ratio of power to accuracy, I believe 3-3 is just always the best option for maximizing your average damage. Like, why does the bat... That's so weird. If I go down, the bat will attack me and we'll get in a fight like we just did, but if I stand here, the bat apparently will not move. And what happens if I go here? Okay, that's so weird. The bat's passing AI is just very strange. Oh. Wow. Lynx and the last one and then Viper on this one both acted after 1 stamina. Wait, no, Glenn will deal more damage than Lena against Viper. It's against the Lynx that I want to use the Lena. So yeah, this would be notably easier if I could at least change equipment between battles. Also, I did not mean to use a 1 there, but since I did, I just went with the 2-3. unfortunate. So that's 3 threes that I've missed. And I've only used, what, 4, I think? And one of the threes that missed was after a 3 that hit. No, I think there were 5 threes, not 4, whatever. It's not a big deal, just. Oh, but anyway, just based on the attack power of 1s, 2s, and 3s, compared to the amount of stamina they use, compared to the accuracy of them, I believe 3s are always better. But then 3s have the added benefit that they can potentially give you critical hits. And critical hits deal double damage, so they really skew the average damage in favor of just doing 3 threes. So him getting that AoE attack means we're not going to be in a good position for dealing with Link. Also, we did get a Dragoon Gauntlet for a 3rd time out of 4 attempts. So I have to assume the Dragoon Gauntlet is the common drop and the Mithril Mail is the rare drop. Mithril Mail is the better item, but we can craft those ourselves, so there's not a lot of value in getting one. Ow! That was what, 3 out of 4 threes that missed? And then Surge immediately goes. Yeah, Viper did too much damage to us. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's, what, 4 threes that missed in a row? Yeah. I knew we weren't going to win, and even if we were, I'd reset for the stat gains on Surge, but I just wanted to see how the battle would go. So that was definitely unfortunate luck. We missed a lot of threes. Viper went after 1 stamina. Maybe to avoid that chance of them going after 1 stamina, we should just open with a 3-3 for the first round instead of a 1-3-3. I don't know. We also have the option of putting some more defensive equipment on characters. I don't like that because we definitely need damage. And I'm not sure a small boost to our durability is going to change how many hits we survive. The odds of them starting after 1 stamina is just really low. So going for the 1-3-3 gives us a bit of extra damage from the 1 and improves the odds of our next 3-3 hitting. And I think doing the 1 before the 3 increases the chance of the 3 hitting from 72 to 76. I wonder if there's any argument to take 1 unit of time to defend with Lena in this battle, so Glenn hits her. he'll deal less damage. Or in the next battle doing that with Glenn. It's an interesting thought I hadn't considered. Yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't... Or using a 1 before the 3 doesn't increase it from 72 to 76. Increases it to 78. Yeah. 6% boost to the accuracy means I think it's worth gambling that the boss acts after 1 stamina. Yeah, the old black field means sort of dealing less damage and taking more. Oh my god, he went to 2 health. That's crazy. But yeah, more defensive equipment wouldn't change how many hits he'd survive in this attempt. Okay, so we knocked Link to critical. Okay, here I just want Link to focus Glenn, or if not Glenn, at least Lena. If Link's next round hits Glenn, or I guess even Lena, I think we win. Oh, wait, we hit the 3-3 and it was enough damage to kill him. Woo! Wow, Surge actually survived with 2 HP. That is huge. That was huge. Also, that level up sucked. Well, I guess Glenn got 17 HP, which isn't horrible, and Lena got something, but she'll be gone from the party for so long I don't care. Anyway, woo! I think that took us, what, 5 tries? I'll take it. You're more trouble than I thought. Do you really think your skills are superior to mine? Hold your seahorses. Or you're not your. Kid! You ain't getting away with what you did, Link. Wow, I cannot believe we actually won that last battle. When I saw Link's hit Surge for like 80 something damage, I thought he was just going to 1 round Surge. Oh, Surge, have you ever questioned who you really are? But no, Surge survived with 2 HP. That's awesome. Surge? What has been the significance of your existence up until now? On that ominous day 10 years ago, the boundary of space and time was torn, and part of me, in fact, died. Well, you can't defeat me, Surge. This is because denying me is the same as erasing your very existence. Don't be taken in by his rubbish, Surge. This guy's full of it. Or, huh, we'll see about that. There are 2 sides to every coin. Life and death, love and hate. They are all the same. What'd you say? Talk some sense, will you? It never made sense to me that the tier of, what is it, hate, love, whatever this one is, lets you swap bodies. Which is what's about to happen. Play spoiler. As far as I know, it only happens to Surge and Link. And to me, it's just, I don't think the game ever explains why those 2 could swap bodies with it. Um, Surge, what's wrong? Lynx, what have you done to Surge? Surge, you alright? Yes, I'm fine. And this is how you know something is wrong. Surge is no longer a silent protagonist. I'm just fine, kid. I tried to run away and it wouldn't let me. What are you doing, Lynx? Now's your chance, kid. Kill him. Yeah, I know. This is the end of you, Lynx. Say your prayers. Now, oh no! We have 8 health. And somehow I don't think we're winning this one. It actually is possible to win this battle. I've seen a person do it before. It doesn't change how anything plays out, but I thought that's interesting. You did it, kid. Yeah. Now, finish him. What's wrong? Settle it once and for all. Here, hand me your dagger. I'll finish him off. Man, Surge is so bloodthirsty. Watch this, kid. I'll avenge Luca for you. Die, Lynx! Wait! What, kid? He's your foe, isn't he? How do you know Luca's name? What are you talking about, kid? Not once did I ever mention Luca's name to you, Surge. No. Don't tell me you're. This explains the what we saw at the very start of the game. Noticed it in any previous playthroughs, but you can hear the sound of chains when Link's body is moving in that cinematic. Surge, why? Does Link's actually have chains in his outfit? I never noticed, but I'll have to take a closer look at how he's dressed. This is the end of the road for you, kid. You're Link, ain't ya? I'll finish you off later. Look at yourself, Surge. I mean, Link. Okay. Finally, I have the key. The key to the Gate of Fate. The time has finally come for the frozen flame to awaken. Come to the Sea of Eden, Surge. Should you wish to end your dream of 10 years ago. It's interesting to think that if Lynx had just killed Surge here, his plans would have worked. Now, let love bleed. Darker and deeper than the seas of hell. Ah! I'm not. I can't do voice work. Oh, hopefully that didn't hurt anyone's ears. Sorry about that. As soon as I tried to do a loud cough, I started coughing. I'm not ashamed to say that as a kid, I had a crush on her. Alright, let me move this mouse cursor. This is such a weird image. What do you call this style of art? Is that pastel color? I think, yeah, I think that's pastel. It's a cool look, but it's just weird. Okay. Don't remember how I get to that save point. Alright. We use the fruit to lure this person out of their home, and then we come in. Hey, you! Yeah, I'm not gonna try to do that accent. What are you doing in me house? Heard you for another wandering spirit. How many years has it been since a physical being wandered into this world? Very strange indeed. Rightly so, the world is controlled by chance and chaos. Anything can happen as quick as a wink. Nobody knows. Something you have today may be gone tomorrow, just like this berry I'm holding. Important stuff, irreplaceable stuff. All these may come to harm with superlative ease. It's interesting. I don't think I ever noticed before. He uses a colon there, or she rather. Important stuff, irreplaceable stuff, colon. I think that might be the only time in the entire game where there's a colon inside dialogue text. Huh. What's frightening is there'd be absolutely no meaning to what happens in our daily lives. Meaning is non-existent. No matter what's born, lost, or changed, it's beyond calculation. There'd be no one or nothing watching over you, such as life. I'm going to bed. I suggest you rest up too. Let's go downstairs. I don't know if anything is down there, but might as well check. Oh, that's where the save point is. Nice. So we now have 31 strength. That's pretty good. Just a second there. I give you a place to sleep and you're leaving without a word of thanks? Well, I'm a silent protagonist. Of course I'm not going to give you a word. I'm coming with you. I have a feeling I can get out of here if I tag along. Besides, you won't be able to make it inside that tower alone. I'll open it for you. Cool. Now, Sprig is a really interesting character. I guess not so much character, but interesting unit for this playthrough. Because we can't use her entire gimmick. Sprig's entire gimmick is that by killing enemies with her, or with someone equipped with an accessory called the Forgot Me Not, or Forgot Me Pot. Anyway, you either kill something with Sprig or with someone who has that accessory equipped, and then she can transform into that enemy. And there's all sorts of cool stuff you can do. Some of the transformations are really, really strong. But that requires using the element menu, so we can't use Sprig's entire gimmick. So for us, Sprig is just a very weak unit that we will try to get out of our party as soon as possible. That said, what does she have equipped? A silver staff is nice. Sure. Oh, I didn't realize Surge had, well, I guess Lynx now, had his equipment removed when you get to this part. Interesting. Uh, so we got the Dragoon's Honor, the Dragoon Gauntlet, and, yeah, another Dragoon Gauntlet. Sprig can get a Dragoon Gauntlet, Moon Glasses. I don't think she even needs the accuracy boosting equipment anymore. So let's give her an Iron Helmet. Yeah, I think when you get the silver tier equipment, you no longer need accuracy boosting accessories to max out the value from them. It's either silver or stone ones. Weapons make it so accuracy boosting accessories do nothing. Unless they're axes. I think silver axes still require accuracy boosting accessories. You're late, no? Come on, Monsieur Link. Let's go. We don't have the time to be dawdling here. We may truly get lost in time. We can't afford to lose you just yet. Am I Link? Exactly. You're now Monsieur Link, so you're no longer Surge. I don't know what Alon means. Is that hello? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce the first line. I can't do French well. Just look at yourself. Who in their right mind is gonna believe you are Surge? Just simple. If everybody except for yourself says that you are Monsieur Link, then voila, you are Monsieur Link. It's as simple as that. That is who you are. C'est la reality? If you try to go against reality, reality will surely crush you. Reality will kill you. And reality will continue going on as if nothing ever happened. From yesterday to today, and from today to tomorrow, reality marches on, leaving your crushed body behind. Yeah, I stopped doing the French because I was no good. Bravo, that's exact. You are Monsieur Link. Regarding your memory as the third, you may be able to rewrite it if you use the dragon here. In reality, you died 10 years ago in the underworld. How can you say for sure this is the real you? I cannot read it in plain English without actively thinking about it. Maybe for you it is evident, but I wonder if you ever really were Surge. Furthermore, what was this Surge? A figure, a shape, a spirit, a soul? Where was this Surge? Who am I? Who are you? You're not me. I'm not you. I am reality. You are... Now, open the door to reality only. One mistake and you'll never make it back to the real world. I wonder what would happen if I made a mistake. I don't think it actually does anything, but... The trick to this is to just go through whatever door the other you goes through. Yeah. I remember the first time I played this game, this segment was so trippy for me. Because I didn't really understand what was going on in the game yet. How boring. Fine, I understand how you feel. Let's head back to reality. Carl joins. Carl is actually a really good character. Well, character and a really good unit. She's very strong. I think in terms of stats, he has some of the highest stats in the game on average. So let's give the offensive equipment that we had given Sprig to Carl instead. Yeah, let's not overthink it for now. I think we have to flip that lever. I think these are mithril. Is that right? Yeah. So we're at the point where we're going to start getting mithril equipment. I think we might have to fight one more boss before we can craft it, though. These guys are really cool. Okay, Surge does... Wait, his accuracy is 68? I guess he... Oh, wait. He does need more accuracy boosting equipment? Really? I didn't think he did. I'm confuzzled. Whoa, and Harl's accuracy sucked. What? Why did I think with silver equipment I didn't need accuracy boosting equipment then? Unless maybe this enemy just has a bit of evasion? Oh. I'm not sure. I'll definitely have to pay attention to my accuracy values as I go, though. Surge doesn't have mithril equipment yet, but I thought the other ones had it and wouldn't need any accuracy boosting accessories anymore. Weird. We already had one Pendragon Digital C, so I don't think it matters that we got another. Let's go ahead and grab this chest. I believe it's another mithril. Yeah. We're going to one, what, like 6 mithril, I think? I think that's all we're going to... Oh, there's an enemy here. I think 6 is all we'll need, since some of our characters will have silver equipment already. And I can even disassemble some of it. Yeah, I'm not fighting that enemy because I don't care about their loot. In a normal place where I'd be more inclined to fight random encounters like these, just to see what they drop, but we don't really need money and we definitely don't need element, so there's very little enemies can drop that we care about. I know this place. We are back to reality. Does this place look familiar to you, Monsterlix? No, I already know. We're in the Hydra Marshes. Ah, you remember. It's funny. She says, ah, you remember, and I told her I already know. But in this entire playthrough, we have never been to the Hydra Marshes. So, Link somehow, Surge/Lynx somehow remembers this place despite never having been there. It's a fun little quirk. It's time to party! Let's have a toast to our return into the real world. Listen, old lady, you are no longer getting any younger. Try to control your emotions. There is absolute man? I have no idea how to pronounce it. No time to be parting. We must hurry along. What's your problem, lass? It's been years since I've been back to the real world. You sure are a buzzkill. So anyway, where to now? Ooh, Monsterlix, you seem worried about that Surge character. Do you still remember? The place where it all started, where angels lose their way? Yeah, we have to go back to Pasta Beach. Okay. Well, I didn't feel like reading all the dialogue since it's not telling us anything we don't know and it's not interesting stuff. What the? It disappeared? What's going on? Oh, the dimension distortion back to that place we found Sprig is gone. I wonder what this item is. Bone material. Let's fight these guys just because. It amuses me that we're in this area for the first time. Actually, it's not bad. We'll get to see what our accuracy values are. Okay, yeah. His accuracy is what I thought, 72 for a 3. Oh. Toxic burst. Please don't tell me I get poisoned. That's gonna be annoying as so. I should have known. I should not have taken this fight. Because I don't have a way to cure poison in this run other than going to an into Rifta. Wait, where can I go to heal? I honestly don't know. Can I heal at all? Yeah, I think I can heal in Army Village. Dear God, I hope I can. Yeah, I think we're allowed to rest in our old home. Yeah. 19 strength, 20 strength, 31 strength. Yeah. The disparity in stats is kind of insane right now. Let's save the game, but we'll save in a new slot. Since my party is pretty banged up. Huh? Demi-humans? What do you monsters want from us? You might notice Hurl says, I will kick your derriere to the moon if you talk to Mon Link's Kong. Okay, I don't have to. But anyway, two interesting things. One, what she says here is very similar to what Kid says. But, two, Hurl says to the moon, or the moon, one moon, whereas Kid refers to two moons. And believe it or not, that actually does matter later in the game. Well, it doesn't really matter, but it does get addressed and explained later in the game. One of those things where it's not really important, but I do think it's interesting that there's such a subtle difference in the dialogue that's very easy to miss, and yet it does have a very meaningful explanation. Alright. Now that we're healed up, let's check if we can craft any better equipment yet. I don't think we can make mithril equipment until we get to Termina. Oh, I'm wrong. We can. Sweet. Wait, what? So, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. I was thrown off because I saw silver, not mithril. Okay, so we want a silver swallow for Surge, and then my other two characters are already using silver weapons, right? Yeah, silver shot. What does Sprig even use as her weapon? I don't remember. Staff, I think? Yeah, silver staff. So we'll go with a mithril nail. So yeah. Now my whole party is equipped with mithril weapons. And third has a mithril mail. Wait. Oh, and so does Carl. Nice. I didn't realize I took an item or an accessory off Sprig without giving her something back. With the silver weapon, I don't think accuracy boosting equipment will do anything, but I'll throw something on just so I can find out for sure the next time I go into a battle. Well, in this world, we don't get the floating fishes that fly in a circle, so grinding is a little more tedious. Let's see if we kill him with a 1. We do, nice. Okay. So Sprig ties Lynx's accuracy with the sight scope equipped. Oh, Harold has lower accuracy though. Oh right, I think Harold's weapon type might actually just have lower accuracy in general. Ooh, strength and resistance for Lynx, strength for Sprig, strength for Harold. Oh, Sprig even gained agility. That's our evasion stat. It's not very important, but cool to see. You don't see a lot of agility stat gains. Oh, yeah. What we're doing here is testing my theory that I don't need accuracy boosting equipment on Link, so I can just give him a higher attack power item. Meanwhile, I'll give Pearl accuracy boosting equipment to see if it helps, and I'll take the sight scope off Sprig to see if it has any effect on her accuracy or not. I thought I saw a beach bum right here. Am I hallucinating? Genuinely, I thought I saw one walking on the bridge. So that's why I ran down. Or, okay, I'm confuzzled. I don't know if I actually need this fight for stats, but I want to check what my character accuracy is like. Okay, so I was wrong. Without the accessory, Lynx's accuracy dropped from 72 to 69 on the 3. And Sprig's accuracy dropped to 69, okay. So Lynx and Sprig both can use accuracy boosting accessory, and Harl with it one equipped has 72 on her 3. So yeah, I am at the point where I still want all of my characters to have accuracy boosting accessories. Oh, cool. Not at a point of health. By the way, the reason I want to know this is I am about to fight a boss battle soon. Alright. So now everyone has an accuracy boosting accessory equipped, and I have 3 Dragoon gauntlets equipped to the Lynx, 1 to Harl. We're gonna do this battle just to see if I can get any more HP, and then we're going to go to Opossum Beach. Okay, no that game, so let's leave, save, and go to Apostle Beach. Well, we can go to Apostle Beach, then save. No, the parlor key will not help. What's wrong, Link? Don't tell me the dimensional gate won't open. Heh, you be in hot water now. Of course it won't open. The missing piece to this world has been found. There's nothing we can do. You are now just an unwanted piece. Very interesting. What are you going to do now, Link? How about we go explain the situation to your mother? We may be able to find something out. And let's save before we get into boss fight. I don't think this next boss fight should be very difficult, but I'm not 100%, so best to be careful. The main reason I'm not sure is I don't really have a good grasp of how strong my party is. Because I haven't really had a chance to use Sprig or Harl to fight in this run yet. Who might you be? May I help you? What? What did you just say? You're sir? Please explain to me exactly what is going on here. She is way more open-minded than most people. I see. So that man told you to go to the Sea of Eden. I really don't know about dimensional distortions or about the other world. But if, like you say, something big is really on the verge of happening. It may have all started 14 years ago, on the night of the storm. That night, your father, Wazuki, and his friend Miguel set out to sea despite a storm. It was an emergency. They were swallowed by high waves and lost consciousness. When they came to, they found themselves inside the Dead Sea, a place where no living creature dares enter. I don't know what he saw or what happened, but that incident changed your father. And your father's friend, Miguel, that was Lena's father, he never returned. Back then, that place wasn't called the Dead Sea. Yes, I believe they called it the Sea of Eden. That was 14 years ago. Are you the ones everyone is talking about? No, this can't be. Are you Link? You're still alive. Step outside, Lynx, for I, too, was once a valiant member of the Acacia Dragoons. I must put a stop to you. La la la. Geezer, I wouldn't show off like that. That is, if you want to live. Do not underestimate the power of Monsieur Lynx. One blow, and it's off to the other world with you. With you. Now step outside. I like that he said step outside, but the battle commences seemingly inside the house. Like the background here shows we're outside, but on guard. Wow, 62% chance to hit. Radius says more evasion than I think anyone else we've fought so far. So 7, that's 8 stamina use. Okay. So he's definitely capable of acting after 8 stamina. Wow. Critical hit for 246. Pearl's crit was only for like 90 something. Okay, yeah. This boss battle is definitely pretty easy. Now this is a cool thing. Photon Beam is a white element, but Radius is green. Most of the time, bosses stick to whatever element they are in terms of what elements they'll use to attack with. Did I miscount, or did he act after 7 of stamina there? I thought I only used 7, not 8. I stand defeated. Yeah, Radius is capable of using elements of a bunch of colors, not just his green like most bosses. 1 strength, 1 resistance. 1 strength, another agility and magic. Magic is useless. 1 strength and magic. So Surge is up to 33, Harl is 21. If I'm not mistaken, Harl is actually really low in terms of her current strength. I do not sense any malice in your text. Do you really mean to tell me you are not Link? And is it true that the General is still active in the other world? Here, the General has been missing for the past 3 years now. Understood? I shall accompany you. We may still have a chance to save the General and Riddle in the other world. What? This geezer is only going to get in the way. In the way? I still keep just defaulting to trying to read it as the accent says. So, yeah. Weirdly enough, Lynx is barely, or not Lynx, Radius is barely better than Sprig right now in terms of stats. I imagine that will change as we go, though. First, we must head to Termina and gather news about General Viper's disappearance from this world. Don't worry, we will find a clue to return to the other world. Oh, the inferno he hit us with burned us. I didn't even notice that during combat. Yeah, I really hope Harl's stats improve pretty quickly, because she is, in theory, one of the best characters we'll be able to have for a while. And if she winds up sucking, then we're probably going to struggle. That said, she does have a ton of health, so that is cool. And she has pretty good resistance and magic resistance too, so we'll see as we go. What star level are we on? 22. Does 22 have many seconds? I forget if I said. I thought I said that 23 didn't, but 22 did. Let's play it safe and go fight some battles. Hey, a chest we can grab. Ooh, a heal element. That will be so utterly useless. So 94 for his 1, 72 for his 3, 96 for his 1 because his character accuracy is slightly higher. Same with Harl. Okay. One HP for everyone. I honestly don't know if we'll get any larger stat gains, but without the floating fish that fly in a circle to make it easy to grind, I'm just gonna fight a few battles here, then we'll go back to Lizard Rock. Actually, no. We'll go to Fossil Valley next. Because I think we have to fight our way through it to get to Termina. And if we do, then we might as well get the random encounters we want while advancing the game, or the plot. One HP, ooh, 2 HP. Okie dokie. Oh. Wait. Yo, check out that guy's face. Way scary. Our investigation is done. Let's get the hell out of here. I want to go back to Poor. I just realized if I would have collected the various Skelly the bones of the Skelly character, I could have recruited him as Lynx, and I would have had the potential to have a triple black party. I wonder if that would have been worth doing. Probably not, because I think we want either Norris or Starkey in our party. But we should have done it just to be safe. The thing with Skelly is he is a pretty weak character in terms of his stats, so I don't think he would have been useful for this one. Wait, is there no way up there this time? Oh, I don't know why I thought the ladder was to the right instead of here. Is there anything up here we can grab? Yeah. Ooh, the infrared vision frame. We could attack or run into these little totem statue things to fight them, but I don't really care to. Ooh, another mithril. That I'm glad to get. Thanks to that, we should be able to craft our first mithril helmet. Also, I said I didn't want to run into these things, or didn't want to fight them, and less than 60 seconds later, I just accidentally ran into one. I do not want to fight the Dodo, though. That is... no thanks. Because the Lynx and Harl are both black innates, I don't want to fight a white innate. At least, not one that I vaguely remember being strong. I could be mistaken, but my memory is that I've had times where Dodos did tons of damage to me, even in regular runs. Oh, so there was a chest we could have gotten if we went... wait. If we went down to where the Dodo is. 1 second. My game just disappeared on me. It didn't even crash, really. It just vanished. What the... I have no idea how that happened. I've had the emulator freeze up before and that throw errors, but never just completely disappear. Okay, well, I guess we have to reload. For the record, I do not count as a reload for our reload counter technical glitches. If it's something beyond my control, I do not count it. Now, if it's a technical problem because I screw up, then I will count. But as far as I can tell, I didn't screw up. It just completely vanished. That was so weird. Wait, did I save after getting Radius? Please tell me I did. Okay, I'm ticked off. I guess I should have saved, but I am so bewildered by what happened. I do wish I was playing on original hardware, but I don't have a PlayStation. I don't even have a TV right now, so I wouldn't be able to. And I would play the remaster, but it is poorly optimized, so I can't stream it. It takes way too much VRAM, video RAM. So I had to use a fan mod just to get it to run on my machine. I definitely can't get it to stream. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a little annoyed. We aren't going to bother going back to God, what is the place called where it has the tombstone? Wherever it was we got those couple chests, I'm not going back there because we can fight battles somewhere else. I am still so confused about why the game just, or the program just disappeared from my screen. Yeah, there was no error message, there was nothing visual, it was just, I was going and then it just vanished completely. So weird, man. Oh. So we want to get the mithril from up above. I don't really care about fighting you. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the frame, even though I won't be using it. Well, fortunately, we didn't lose much progress, so it's not a big deal. It's just very distracting to me. Wait. Is that little... I don't know, whatever you want to call this little pole, totem, whatever, wasn't it in a different spot last time? I thought it was like right here the last time we came up here. I just ran into one. I was so distracted thinking about the other one, I wasn't watching where I was going. Oh. I'm trying to remember who the next party member we get is. I think it will be Norris. And if so, that's cool. Norris is a surprisingly strong character. He's also a really good character. Like, he's strong in terms of combat and such, but he's also one of my low-key favorite characters in this game. And we'll talk more about why once we get into the party and we see stuff about him. Still makes me chuckle to see these hid enemies attacking one another. Sibling... I don't even know if you'd call it rivalry, just sibling fight. Alright. Oh, link dodge. Ooh. There we go. See, I think we get a little HP from this, but not any larger stats. Once we get out of the Fossil Valley, before we go into Termina, I'm going to save. Because to be honest, I don't remember if I saved before coming in here. And now I'm going to be paranoid about the game disappearing on me again. Alright. Lynx, how dare you have the nerve to return to this town? Get out of here. Looks like the young ones, an unwanted guest here too. Humans are very selfish, no? To think that, I can't do it, that they used to bow their heads down to curry favor, Lynx. They're always searching for someone or something to lay their blame on. She's not wrong. Could it be you? Lynx, you're safe, sir. Where have you been all this time? We have set up a temporary military dock beyond this point. Nobody can pass without permission from Commander Norris, not even you, Sir Lynx. Commander Norris is at the ruins of Viper Manor. Please report your current status to him immediately. Cool. Even though I'm here relaxing, I can't shake away this mystery from my mind. Will you listen to my story, sir? It all happened about 3 years ago. General Viper and his men disappeared from the manor. We searched the manor for them, but found no trace. I can only guess that they were spirited away. What in the world could have happened? To think that the same thing could happen to me someday. I just can't help being afraid, even when I'm trying not to think about it. That is mysterious. That guy Norris sure is cocky. He's still young, but he doesn't hesitate to voice his opinion without any flattery. He never loosens up and doesn't seem interested in having an intense fun. Now, he's the best of the Termina division. Gosh, he's so elite. The Dragoon's glory is the head above the rest. It seeps down deep, just as it's rumored to be. And it's rare dried lizard tissue. Alright, yeah. Food. It's been quite some time since I've been around here, but it's nice and peaceful compared to the mainland. Not like I had anything fun to do back on Island. Maybe I should just stay here forever. You, weren't you the guy at Sir Viper's Manor? Get yourself out of here. Our beautiful Termina has been turned into a mess because of you. We don't serve your kind here. And what's up here? Hey, talk to me. Hey, me. What are you doing? This is Port's army, state-of-the-art weaponry. As long as we have this, the citizens of Termina wouldn't dare act against us. But isn't that like a cannon pointed outwards? I wouldn't think that'd do much about citizens inside the town. Okay, yeah. This is the Grandma Skelly. Wait, his name was Skelly in real life? I thought the game named him Skelly because he's a skeleton, but apparently he was named Skelly and then became an undead skeleton. That's a weird coincidence. Sir Lynx, you're still alive, sir? There's nothing here in this old shack, but would you like some tea or something? Aw. So apparently everyone's afraid of Lynx, and they hate him. It's definitely an interesting experience when you haven't played this game before. You start the game off in a normal enough town, everything seems chill. Then you wind up going to another world and everyone says you're dead and everyone acts like you're crazy. And you're trying to wrap your head around the idea that you are supposedly dead and are you a ghost or whatever. Then, once you finally start getting settled in with that learn how to go between dimensions, everything starts making sense. Bam! Now you're Lynx, and everyone hates you again, and you don't know what's going on, how you got here, what to do. What brings you here? You shouldn't come around here on a whim. The spirits here will wait if you disturb them. Living beings are too radiant for the spirits. Just last night, a man's spirit appeared at my bedside. He said his name was Getz or something. He's probably another lost soul still attached to this world. Very common around here. That is a reference to Greco's brother. When we talked to Greco earlier in Termina, in the other world, he mentioned his brother Getz. Wait, talk me? I checked the sword in the ground over there, but it was just a rusted sword. It's probably called the Sacred Sword in honor of a lost member. Okay. Yep. Forgive me. And that's our first hint of something that will matter later in the run. Radius, we know, used to be a Dragoon, and he knew Garai. But we don't know why he would ask Garai for forgiveness. But we do find out later. Anyway, the main thing we in this way for is we have... Wait, I think we have 2 characters we can recruit. Yeah! I was thinking of Zappa, but I think we can get Van as well. Well, first, let's go to the blacksmith and see about recruiting Zappa. Aye, that should do it. The Tier Forge has always had a fire since olden times. 'Tis sad to see it without a blaze. My apologies. Closing the shop down for my own selfish desires. I've had to listen to you for the longest time, blah blah blah, but yeah. Aye. Now that I can't say it, don't have the shop no more, it's time to finish what we started long ago. You stay here and wait for Karsh's return. So yeah, we're getting a lot of comments from people about how Dragoons disappeared several years ago. And that opened the way for Poor to come in and invade earlier this world than in the other. And these 2 are the parents of Karsh, who we know pretty well. And they are wondering where Karsh is. He's been missing for 3 years. Radius, it's been a while. How fares the village? You need not worry about the village. There are bigger things to concern us. I'm guessing you're not from around here. Okay. Yeah, and he's gonna tell us about rainbow material. And he is looking for it. He's a smith, and rainbow material is rumored to be the key to the strongest, or making the strongest equipment in the world. Now, Zappa has 30 strength. Okay. Well, yeah, we may be using Zappa. I'm not going to put him in the party yet because I'm going to see if we can recruit Van, like I think, or Vaughn. In the other world, you may remember this was a big house. It's where we got the Profiteer curse. In this world, it is tiny. Phew. Are you Van's friends? He's over in the back room. I don't know if there's anything we can find. That's where he has his piggy bank. At least knock before you enter. His piggy bank actually matters quite a bit. Are you guys tourists? If you want, I'll be willing to guide you around. Of course, there's a small fee involved. Sure, we'll hire him. You got it. That is... Huh? But that piggy bank is part of Vaughn's tool, or his, I think it's his level 7 element, or tech. It's like a piggy bank attack. The more money you put in his piggy bank in that little safe, the more damage the Technic deals. You've had long enough to pay your debts, and I'm not willing to wait any longer. Either you pay up now, or I'll have you move out of this house. But what will happen to my son and me? That's none of my concern. I just want to make this place in my personal storage for my precious treasure. Hey, wait, I'll pay your debt. Or, yeah, this landowner's a jerk. What are you planning to do, little Von? Don't waste your energy on something stupid. I'm going with these guys to search for the frozen flames, so please, wait just a little longer. Just listening. You're pretty bright, but you're still just a kid. It's so naive of you to believe in such a fairy tale like the frozen flame. Of course, it's a joke. No, we're serious. You actually believe that legend? Are you people crazy or something? Not a bad joke, though. The frozen flame is supposed to be the treasure of all treasures. Even if it's just a legend, there's something very tempting about it. I will wait a little longer. Have the frozen flame ready by the time I come back here. Be careful not to burn yourself, although you'll probably never find it. Did we just give the kid some of the like ridiculous amount of money we've gotten from enemies? Hmm. How arrogant of her to push us around just because. If only we had money. If only we had money. Sometimes, even though we don't have money, I don't want to hear that from you, Dad. Where are we going to live as of tomorrow? We're out of money because we're not selling any of the paintings we have in this room. I'm sorry, Vaughn. These pictures are just not good enough to sell you. I only want to sell pieces that I'm satisfied with to those who understand my work. Fine. Now I'm going to have to be the one to find us a place to live. Poor kid. I think it's a pretty good picture, so why doesn't it sell? Dad isn't too active about selling his work. He says cocky things like to only sell to those who understand his work. Oh well, I guess I'll have to come up with the money myself. Okay, let's see. My piggy bank is... Yep, it's here. Okay, the money's in here too. Now the hardest part is finding a place to live. Next we have... Dad's homemade paint color, El Nido Blue. Painting the sea in this color gives it the smell of salt water, supposedly. If I were Dad, I would have sold this paint by itself and made a fortune off it. This seashell. Mom. The only remaining reminder between me and my mom is this shell. It's cracked. I can't even hear the sound of the sea, but I remember it still. Mom found this shell and held it gently to my ear, and I remember that sound, the sound of the sea. I also had a fit because I couldn't take home the sandcastle I made that day. And now we have to move out of the house Mom and I lived in. But don't worry, Mom. I'll take good care of Dad for you. A touching scene. They're still here? You need something? Or are you going to buy my dad's paintings? Actually, what you were just saying, we really are looking for the frozen flame. Huh? If you're being sarcastic, you got me pretty ticked. What? Oh, I get it. Are you trying to cheer me up or something? Don't underestimate me because I'm a kid. I know that no such thing exists in the world. Are you all some kind of simpletons? Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. Stop looking at me like that. You remind me of my mom. You always tell me that you're telling the truth. Even I can see that. But I can't do it. I just can't leave my dad here and go off on some fool's errand, although it's tempting. I'll be alright, Lon. You don't have to find the frozen flame or anything. I just want you to go out into the world and broaden your horizons. Of all the people in the world, only a handful live in happiness. No. Maybe even those who look happy aren't really happy at all. I want you to go find out for yourself what real happiness means. So, go. That's fun. Aw. I got a little emotional in that scene. I know people complain about how many characters you have in this game and how you don't get to make a connection with the characters because of it. But honestly, I think this game has more emotional scenes with the characters than most people give it credit for. I think what the big part of it is you get a couple really emotional scenes with characters, but you don't get a lot of little moments with them. Like in Chrono Trigger, you get to see the same characters over and over, and even if a scene's not particularly emotional, you still get to see what they're like, enjoy their company, that sort of thing. So I don't think there's any less emotional depth to Chrono Cross's characters, but I do get what people mean about just not having the time and familiarity with the characters. Anyway, is there anyone in the inn worth talking to? Hey, open the door. Doesn't look like it. At least on this one. Let's check the other one. Nope. Oh, I didn't check the element shop. Now, we obviously don't care about buying elements, but there was the one girl in there who's a friend of Lena's, and it'd be interesting to see if she's here in this world. Yep. Lisa, welcome. We're low on stock right now, but please take a look around. In the other world, she flirted with us. You're not going to find anything over here. But this back room... Yeah. Are you looking for my father? I'm very sorry, but he's out in the forest gathering mushrooms. I even told him that we're doing inventory tomorrow. I wonder when he'll be coming back. That mushroom hobby of his drives me crazy. One day, he's going to turn into a mushroom himself. Oh, that Rumble. And this is, in fact, a bit of foreshadowing. We can meet her father, and he does, in fact, turn into a mushroom. We then get to recruit him if we want. He is named Fungi. Fungy, as in guy, as in man or person, but fungi as in the wildlife. Okay, so Sir Norris has arrived. Please come in. I believe it has been 4 years since I retired from the Dragoons. Time sure does fly. I was shocked to hear of Daria's death 3 years ago. And now the general and others are missing. The manor is in shambles. I took the liberty of conducting an investigation of my own, but I haven't discovered nothing. All I know is that a man named Lynx approached the general and has involved him in some kind of incident. The only difference with the other world you talk about is that something has happened to the general 3 years ago. I just hope that this Norse fellow knows something. I know nothing. I was not involved with the plan. I do not find it amusing. We sent some men to the El Nido Triangle to investigate a mysterious beam of light, and I hear there's a monster atop the Sky Dragon Isle. What's up with this El Nido place? Both of those are relevant. They'll actually be very relevant soon. Sir North is in the basement. Please enter through the well. Go down? Yes. Yeah. Wait. That. Okay. Is that not a chest I can open? What? I swear I thought that was a chest I could open, but apparently not. How do I get up to him to talk to? Enter through here? Wait, what do you mean enter through here? There must have been a doorway that I didn't notice. Bad vision gets me again. Paul says he saw a great island and went inside this cave. Then a big, huge rock fell down, and now Paul's trapped. Papa won't budge. I think when we moved the stone in the other world to get into Viper's Manor, it moved the stone here. So if we hadn't done that, I think we could have, or I don't, if we hadn't done that, I think this stone wouldn't be here now. But I think there's, I thought there was a way to like lure one of, yeah, I thought we could like lure one of those things to the rock and something happened. Oh, there is a way I remember to open the stone, or to get the rock moved. I just don't remember what it is. I thought it was something like you lure one of the monsters up to the stone, they do something, or something happens. Oh. Hopefully it's nothing important. Okay. Oh, that's where we enter through. That's right, that's right. The ladder leading to the prison is up ahead, sir. He's blocking our path to a barrel. I don't remember if that is the barrel we care about. I think it is. Huh. I don't see how to get to that chest, but I might have. There was a path I didn't take, so maybe that's where it would have been. Anyway, Norse is up this ladder. It's the lock. It's the lock. We'll find Sir Norse in here. Seems to be the only accessible room. So Lynx, it has been a while, sir. As you can see, the manor is in shambles. There's still no sign of the general or the others. We're still investigating the area, but it appears the frozen flame is not here. Sir, are you really Sir Link? You seem different than I last remember. You are correct. This man is not Link. Excuse me, sir, but who might you be? I'm Radius, a dragoon, although I retired for 4 years. It's interesting that North says he's honored to meet Radius, even though, in theory, Radius should be his enemy. The Katia Dragoon used to control this territory, now 4 has invaded. So, what business did you have with Lynx? Have you uncovered anything about the disappearance of the journal? You'll be doing us a great favor by telling us what you know. Very well. I will tell you what I know. It was actually Sir Lynx who approached us about the existence of the frozen flame in El Nido. Being from the main continent, we had doubted its very existence, so I sent to El Nido to investigate as a spy. Notice the as a spy? This is not confirmation, but this is the first major hint that Norse was the spy we met in Viper Manor in the other world, who was posing as a dishwasher who we first saw in the kitchen saying some strange things, and then we saw Lucia's lab having fallen into a trap, then going, oh, I wasn't snooping. Anyway, there will be more about this as we go. I narrowed down the location to Viper Manor, but it appeared as though General Viper and his men were in search of it as well. Eventually, I was called back to port, but it was then that I heard General Viper and his men had disappeared and that the manor had been destroyed as such. I heard only recently that there was good evidence that the General and his men headed to the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is an ocean located to the east, surrounded by coral. It used to be called the Sea of Eden, but even then, not many dared enter. We investigated the area, but to no avail. We could find no entrance. It is you, Sir Lynx, who wish to change the distorted world using the frozen flame. Ooh la la, such grand dreams, one Sir Lynx. Hold your tongue. Isn't it? So, the Dead Sea. That ocean was called the Sea of Eden until 3 years ago. This may just be the clue we are looking for. Once we uncover Lynx's plans, it should be easy enough to counter them. Are you planning on going to go to the Dead Sea? There's no way to get in there. We searched all over for an entrance, but to no avail. No one knows anything about it either. Yes, I doubt you will be able to get in. I'm sure the demi-humans of Marble know something about this, but they detest humans, especially those who come from the main continent. Perhaps they would give us a hint if we were to go. Then, may I join you? I want to know. I want to know if the frozen flame really exists, and about everything that has happened. What about you? What? But of course. I will follow this Mansour Lynx. The other one is no longer Mansour Lynx. There is a military boat docked in Termina. Let us use that. Force and listen into your party. Let's see, Norris only has 23 strength, so he's not very impressive. Still better than Harl. Man, I cannot believe Harl is weaker than every one else we've gotten except for Ron. Come on, Harl, I'll need you to pick it up for when we go to, what? Not Chronopolis, I'm drawing blank on the name of where Miguel is. Okay, sure. And now we have a boat. Woo woo. And this is where things really open up. We can go to all sorts of places, do all sorts of things. First thing I'll do is save, because we have done a lot of talking and I don't want to have to redo all that. The next thing we'll do is go to the El Nido Triangle. You may remember the one person outside the Viper Manor mentioned they sent people here, but they disappeared. He also mentioned there's a monster on top of Sky Dragon Mountain. And so we would like to investigate these two things because they are both quite important. Whoa. Nothing over here. These fish enemies are, I don't know how strong they are. I'd rather not fight them, but shouldn't be a big deal if we do, I think. Wait, which way do we want to go? I think this is the right way. Ah, that's quite a few of them. Oh, there's a chest, but can I get to the chest without fighting? Maybe. There's the star frag. That's what we came here for. Oh, I thought we were safe inside this little cave from fights, but guess not. Interesting, we hit the 2-2s, then missed the spree. Oh, these guys actually hurt quite a bit. Okay. You know what? Let's run away. Right now, it looks like they kill anyone in my party with just 2 hits. So, yeah, I don't want to fight them. Not if they're that strong. I might not have a choice, though. Man, if I have to reload because of this, I am going to be so embarrassed. Okay. Well, fortunately, there's only one enemy, and hey, it's not even the same one as last time, so maybe this will be a fight we can manage. So at least that fight was easy to manage. This is a situation where I kind of wish my rules were different. If I allowed myself to use elements between battles just to heal, this run would be so wildly different in certain spots. Large parts of the run would be basically the same, but like spots like this, oh man. I wouldn't be afraid of like dying to just stupid random encounters. No! I think there were 3 battles, and now we got rid of 1, but the other 2 are still stacked on top of us. Well, there's only 2 this time, so let's see how it goes. Cool, we got 1 killed. So I think Lynx would survive 1 hit. Okay. Oh, Radius just died. I cannot believe we're getting this bodied by just some random encounters. That's embarrassing. Please don't be any more. Oh my god, there were 4? What is... oh my god. Wait. We've already taken down 3 battles. Maybe now we can actually run away. Oh, apparently not. I hope that doesn't mean there's still like 2 battles left. Oh my god. I just want to get out of here. I did not think it would be this hard. If I hadn't missed that first attack, we would have killed it before it attacked. That said, it only hit Radius, so the attack technically only did 1 damage. I cannot believe how much I'm struggling with just some random encounters. To be fair, oh my god. But to be fair, this is not an area you would likely come to at this point in the game. Normally, you would probably go somewhere else instead. Okay. So last time we ran away from these schoolmates, we fought the other type. So I'm praying that means there were 5 encounters in this little area, and we've killed 4 of them and can now run away. Oh my god. I cannot believe I just had that much trouble. I'm kind of afraid to go this way. Is there anything over here? Yeah, a chest, cool. Okay, another mithril. Nothing huge, but it's nice to have. Oh, that's right, we can craft more equipment. I should be well, I don't know what weapons I want to craft yet, is the thing. Because there are a couple characters who may not have mithril weapons yet. Of course, I could disassemble existing weapons to get more mithril, but I don't know. I'm debating on if I should craft some mithril helms, because I already have... I think I have 3 mithril nails now. Anyway, getting that star fragment is necessary in order to recruit Starkey. That said, we just got beat up so bad in those random encounters that I don't think I want to go try to recruit Starkey yet. We do want to heal up, but we also want to try fighting just 1 or 2 more battles. Radius was dead in one battle where I think Surge gained HP. So just to be safe, I want to do a battle or 2 in case Radius can get more max HP. Then after that, we can try grinding with Zappa and Norris to see if they can get a bit too. Yeah, see, Radius just got 1 max HP. I think that's all there is for him to get, but to be safe, we'll come over here and do 1 more fight. Man, before we got these mithril weapons, our damage against these guys was in the 20s. Now it's in the 40s. Well, I guess 39 isn't 40. But yeah, every time you get a new tier weapon, it just dramatically increases your overall power level. Especially in this run, since we don't get to get stronger by getting better elements. Alright. So Radius has gotten all of his bonus HP, I believe. Well, here. I don't need to save until after I do the same thing with Norris and... do I want to do it with Brig? Brig is so bad, and yet she is currently better than Harl, which blows my mind. Yeah, I miss having those flying fish that just circle around this spot because it makes it so easy to grind battles. Compared to here where you have to like run around and hunt them down. Anyway, the real question is, will we be able to defeat Starkey? And honestly, I don't know. So, 1 HP for Norris, 3 HP for Zappa. Wait, what weapon does Norris have equipped right now? I can't remember. Yeah, he has a Ferris gun, which is only an iron weapon. And he only has an iron mail. The Great Hammer is a unique weapon. It's not, like stone, iron, copper, any of those. It's its whole own thing. I don't know that we need any more battles with these guys. I think 1 would have been enough to get them their stat. But let's find another to be safe. If I remember right, the Great Hammer, and then there's another hammer weapon I forget the name of. But if I remember right, they are stronger than axes, but are less accurate. But I could be wrong about that. Yeah. Okay, looks like we don't need to grind anymore. Yeah, apparently this star level doesn't get us anything other than a little bit of HP, so it's still worth doing. Big thing I sort of mentioned, when we recruited Zappa, he gave us this smith spirit. It's a really cool thing. It lets us access a blacksmith shop from anywhere in the world. So no longer do we have to run into towns to craft equipment. Okay, so Argent Gun would be an upgrade for Norris. Right. Okay. Yeah, a Silver Axe would be a downgrade for Zappa. I don't know. Are we going to use Norris? Thing is, yeah, let's go ahead. We will get a much better gun before much longer, is the reason I was hesitant about that. I just want to check something real quick. Wow, awesome. You're for real, right? Are you a human cat or a cat human? Do you like catnip? Well, do you like catnip? Of course. Well, that's a horrible lesson to teach a kid. That what you are on the outside reflects what you are on the inside? So someone's ugly, just because they were born ugly, they're an ugly person? That's not a good thing to teach children. Let's not do that. Anyway, we're going to rest up, and then we're going to see if we can defeat Starkey. And the reason we want to do that is we have to defeat him in order to recruit him. And he can actually be pretty strong. He has pretty good potential stackings. And 2, he does get us access to the best weapon we'll be able to have for a decent portion of this playthrough. So first I'm just thinking, $23 and $30. You might be wondering why I'm not just instantly grabbing Zappa. It's because he has lower stamina recovery than some other characters. Also, Pearl, being a Black Innate, might actually be useful, even though she has lower strength against Starkey, because Starkey is a White Innate. That said, I don't think I'm going to worry about it. I think we will just use the guys we have. But first, we have to unequip Sprig and Harl. Oh, Sprig doesn't have anything equipped. Never mind. Oh, that's right. Radius and Harl. There's Radius. Alright. Zappa. Yeah, his accuracy right now is 86%. Actually, that's not bad. Maybe I was wrong about hammers having worse accuracy than axes. Or maybe it's still like axes, but with better accuracy. Maybe that's what I was remembering. I don't know offhand. Moon glasses, helmet, or power glove, I think are my main options right now. Really no, let's give the moon glasses over to Norris, just so I can stack more offensive power on Zappa. Alright. And what time is it? Okay, yeah, it's getting pretty late, and we've been going for over 3 hours, so I think this may be about where we end the stream after I defeat this next boss. Assuming, of course, that I can. We are doing this very early. We are at the point of this game where things open up a fair bit and you can start doing things in a much greater, or you have much more, I can't talk. You have many more options about where to go and when. Oh, wait. About where to go and when. And because of that, you can go to some areas where things are a lot stronger than they might be, or than where the areas you need to go for the game might be. So yeah, let's go ahead and make one Mithril helmet, because one of my characters is wearing the helmet. And this will be a pretty nice buff for them. Yeah, okay. Just one more point of resistance and magic resistance. Technically, what it buffs is not the same stat as what the character has, but don't want to go into all the mechanics. Long story short, the status screen in this game lies to you. When it says that, like, your weapon power is added to your character strength, that's just not true. That's not how the game works. Same for the defensive power of equipment and your character's resistance or magic resistance. What's that? It's empty. What? I completely forgot what sound he makes when he walks at you. God, I love Starkey. He's adorable. Look at that giant fella. I was about to say that little fella, but I guess in this case he's not really little. Once he joins our party, he shrinks down to a different size. Okay. 170 damage per swing. That's kind of awesome. Okay. 100 damage per swing is pretty impressive given Zappa isn't even good innate against him. Yeah, see, Surge used 6 stamina and Zappa does not have... I'm sorry, Surge used 7 stamina and Zappa does not have 7 stamina himself. He only has 5.6. That's because he only regenerates 8/10 of a stamina per unit of time. And that's the main reason I might not use. Oh, okie dokie. This might hurt quite a bit. Fortunately, it landed on Zappa. I mean, it would have been better if it had landed north, but this is still much better than it landing on Ling. Oh, wait. I screwed up on the stamina. thing does have a lot of health. Okay, now he's down to critical. You know, I don't know if this is worth a if this is counted as a boss battle where you get stats from it. If it is, then Zappa dying here means he'll miss out on stat gains. Ooh, fatigue sucks. Notice I used the 1 but lost 1.2 stamina. That's what fatigue does as a status affliction. Ooh, a healing ability. Fortunately, it doesn't heal him for very much. North, please. Thank you. Ooh, unfortunate. Yeah, this will kill Lynx for sure, and I might kill Norse. I don't know. With the moon glasses and the mithril helm and mithril armor, he might survive. But I wouldn't count on it. Nope, looks like he won't. Alrighty. So we got our butts kicked by this alien. Increase the reload counter by 1, and let's give it another try. Yeah, Link getting fatigued really hurt. I think if not for that, we would have won. Okay. By the way, Surfy is mandatory to beat the game. You will have to recruit him at some point. But the mandatory point for recruiting him is way, way, way later in the game. He's so cute and adorable, though, that why wouldn't you want to get him as soon as possible? That's down! Oh my god, it's so adorable! I love him so much. Alright. Ooh, 2 misses, that's up. Alright. That's like 220 damage. Link's already did 40, so it's like 260. 300. Oh, big crit. So that's about 800 damage that we've done, I believe. And it looks like... Wait. It doesn't say fatigued on North. What status ailment does he have then? Huh. Yeah, neither of them have a status ailment listed. I'm confused. Okay. That's another 200 or more. So I think we've done between 1,000 and 1,100 damage so far. Yeah, I don't know what that white means. I'm confuzzled. I feel like I should know what it means, and so it's bugging me that I don't. Alright, I think we're at about 1,600 damage. Please hit North. Nice. So I think we're at 1900 to 2000, somewhere in that ballpark. Oh, I totally screwed up my AP tracking there. 2, 3, 6. Wait, was that 9? I might have screwed up. Because I want to use the 1. Okay, I am good on the 1. North might die, but I don't think so. No, but he is definitely low. Okay, now North is fatigued. And Link might be as well. Yeah, Link is as well. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the next attack will be Ultra Nova and will kill my entire party. So 4, 7, and we got there. Yeah, if Starkey had survived one more turn, I think we'd wipe and have to reload. Okay. So no, Starkey does not count as a boss battle, so it would have been fine if one or more of our characters was dead at the end of the battle. So the real body of the monster was this small? Haha. Spooky! Star Fragment Mine! Catch him with the X button! Come back here, I just want to be friends! Ah! Nah. I totally forgot about this part, that he makes you chase him. Come on! He double backed and escaped. No! Wait, what? I swear I thought I got him. Ah! Okay, now eventually this will get old. How am I so bad at this? Finally, I got Turkey caught. Turkey got caught. You win. Who are you? Turkey come from far away stars. The Turkey ship fall from sky. Star fragments. Turkey ship fragments. The ship turned into fragments after crash. So that is why you're collecting fragments. If we're lucky, your ship might still be intact in the other world. Really? Please. Starkey will come with you. Starkey, join your party. Oh, look at that little guy. Granted, his strength is 18, so, you know. Not very impressive in terms of stats, but to be fair, neither is Harl, and she is, in theory, one of the best characters we'll be able to have. Oh wait, I need to put Starkey in the party. Well, anyway, with Starkey cut, I think that's about the end of the stream. I do want to go do one more thing with him, though. And it's because Starkey... sorry, I'm hiccuping. Besides him being cute and just me wanting to recruit potentially useful characters early... Oh, sorry, hiccup again. So I have the opportunity to grind stats for him. Starkey is super important for this run because he gets us one of the best items we'll be able to get for quite a while. So what we do is we'll swap Zappa out for Starkey. Then we'll come back to that fish we looked at earlier. Now, if you remember, when we were still Surge, when we talked to this guy about the fish, he told us how he caught it. And he talked about the El Nido Triangle. Now, Starkey, and, well, when we were searched, we talked to this guy. He told us about how he caught this huge fish and was really proud of it. And he told us he caught it at the El Nido Triangle. That's your hint that once you get Starkey and know his ship is in the El Nido Triangle, to come here with Starkey, where Starkey will ask where the guy caught it. He caught it near the El Nido Triangle. Why do you want to know? By the way, Shorty, you alright with that fishbowl over your head? Your face is all blue. Aw, I love blue is fine with him. Isn't it Soapy? He looks very cute now. Don't try this at home, though. If you cut in near El Nido Triangle, then that thing inside must be mine. Can Starkey take back what's mine? There's something inside that thing? Well, if it's yours, be my guest. You know, people are surprisingly friendly to Starkey given he's an alien and they've probably, you know, aliens aren't really a thing in this world other than, like, one giant alien named Lavos. I mean, they may just assume he's some sort of demi-human, though. There's lots of unusual creatures. They wouldn't know he's an alien. But the party does, so it's surprising the party doesn't bring it up. Anyway, Starkey, I'm supposed to say something grateful, correct? You are welcome. Instead of thank you. Hey, you have great manners, Shorty, but that's my line. Just the thanks will do. There aren't too many like you these days. I wish kids would be more courteous like you. Starkey also learned thanks. But who cares, right? Little moments like that are why I love this game. The big story, you know, dimension hopping, body swapping, time traveling, all that stuff is interesting and I like it. But what made me fall in love with the game is just the general atmosphere, the vibe, and the little moments. But anyway, we rested up and now I'm gonna head out and save. And while I do, I'm also going to show you what that weapon I got and why I wanted it so much. But anyway, this stream I think went a lot better than yesterday's stream. We did have that one weird crash, which was still very confusing to me. Otherwise, I think things went pretty smooth. We did have to reload for a few battles, but anyway, here is what I wanted to show you. You know how we crafted a silver gun to upgrade Norse's gun from iron to silver? Right now, we have 39 attack according to our stat screen. The plasma pistol increases it to 47. This is 8 points more powerful than a silver weapon. Mind you, the going from iron to silver was only a 3-point increase. So going from silver, or from iron to silver is a 3-point increase. Going from silver to this plasma pistol we got is an 8-point increase. This plasma pistol is amazing, and only, I think, yeah, only Norse and Starkey can use guns in this game, so only one of them can use it. So for quite a bit of this run, we're probably going to try to have Norse or Starkey in our party, depending on which one gets better stat gains. So I can't lie, Norse is one of my favorite characters in the game because of stuff I'll get into later in the game. But I kind of hope Starkey gets better stat gains than him just because he's so adorable and I'd love an excuse to use him. Look at that little guy. Anyway, to anyone who's stopped by the stream or watches the VOD or catches this on YouTube, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good day and I'll see you when I see you. Wait, I did save, right? I don't want to make that mistake again. Okay, I didn't. But yeah, as I said, have a good day and I'll see you when I see you.